Well, Erin, you mentioned that this is very much a business visit, even if Chancellor Olaf Scholz said that there was in no way business as usual with China at the moment, given China's position when it comes to Russia's war in Ukraine, for example. But you've mentioned it, Olaf Scholz is going to China for this one-day visit with a delegation of German businessmen. So not business as usual, but also a lot at stake when it comes to economic ties between the two countries. It is the first visit of a G7 leader since the pandemic in Beijing. Xi Jinping, freshly re-elected, also welcomed Olaf Scholz without a mask. They already talked with Xi Jinping, talking about mutual respect despite differences, but he acknowledged that China and Germany had to work on mutual understanding. Very much the highlight on the business for that visit, and a visit that Olaf Scholz tried to justify. Quite remarkably, the Chancellor wrote an article that was both published in Politico and in the Frankfurter Allgemeine newspaper here in Germany. He justified his visit by saying that it was necessary to continue the dialogue with China, even if the two countries don't see eye to eye on every issue.
Emmanuelle, of course, not everybody in Germany or even in its allies' countries are happy about that visit.
Exactly. When it comes to Washington, when it comes to Paris, there was not a lot of understanding for that visit, which is like a visit of Chancellor Scholz. Scholz said that he consulted his allies, of course, but both from Paris and Washington, there are concerns as to why Olaf Scholz is going right now in China at a moment where China is giving its tacit support to the war in Ukraine, to Russia, at a time also where Germany is very much doing isolated business with China. I'm thinking only a few days ago, the German government, against the advice, the German cabinet of Olaf Scholz, against the advice of 6 ministries, against the advice of German intelligence, agreed to selling almost a quarter of a stake of a terminal in Hamburg port to COSCO, which is a state company owned by China. So that raises concerns in terms of China's influence in critical infrastructures. There again, Olaf Scholz said that he was going to Beijing precisely to work on those issues as well, to make sure that the business relationship is not one-sided, that there's not only advantages for China in the West, but also that German companies can also enter Chinese companies, which is a problem at the moment. So very much at stake, and not a lot of understanding from Germany's Western allies as to this state visit from Chancellor Scholz.